All right, good morning. It is about day 14 of lockdown here in London, and we are rolling through this. We are making things happen and staying positive and staying focused. And just wanted to think about a concept that one of my mentors drilled into me for the past, say, 5 years. And that's this, that it's never an easy time to make a hard decision. It's never an easy time to make a hard decision. And that's something that is a very difficult concept to struggle with because most of us put off hard decisions. And I can guess right now that you are contemplating making a very difficult decision right now. I know it's something that you want to put off, that you want to think about, that you want to ponder more and more. But the truth is that there comes a point where you've got to just make that difficult decision. And, my life has been full of making difficult decisions, coming out and just saying, you know what, it's time to finally cut it. And we've all made hard decisions before, whether you broke up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you've quit a job, you've moved to a new city, you've started a new company, you've changed industries. These are all really hard decisions. And when you look back on it, if you think about it right now, you made that decision too late. You probably hemmed and hawed about it for months and maybe even years before you decided to do it. I can think of many. When I quit my job as a banker in the city to go on my journey from London Real, I was there way too long. I remember I talked to one of my clients who was at Lehman Brothers before that, and I said, I'm not happy anymore doing this, I'm quitting. And he said, Brian, you haven't been happy for over 2 years. And I was just like, oh man, it really showed. Girlfriends that I broke up with 6 months too late. All these big decisions that I just made late in the game. And that's just something that I want you to think about today. It's never an easy time to make that hard decision. And so make it. Make it now. And right now we're at home. We're thinking about what I'm going to do. You're thinking, okay, maybe I'm just going to wait. Maybe I'm just going to say, okay, I'll make that decision about my career later. I'll make that decision about my new health later, about my new diet later when things calm down. The truth is you can't wait. You have to make these hard decisions now. So think about what they are. Use this time of madness, of uncertainty, and of stress to make that really difficult decision. You probably know in your heart that you have to make it. And what I do is I meditate on those things. I literally meditate on these decisions for sometimes a few days at a time. And when it keeps coming back, when I keep running through the scenarios in my mind that there's no other way of doing it, then I pull the trigger and make that hard decision. There's that analogy, it's like a Band-Aid. You can't slowly pull it off. You got to rip that thing off. And in retrospect, I always waited too long to make these hard decisions. So if you know you need to do it, the time to do it is now. It's not a week from now or a month from now or a year from now. And, I recently gave this advice to a good friend of mine who has been struggling right now with one of his businesses. It's going bankrupt. And I wrote him a message and said, you know what? Perhaps this is the greatest thing that ever happened. I think we both know that you can do so much better than what you're doing right now. So why don't we just take this as an act of God, a gift from the heavens, and just go out there and now do what you really want to do. Use this crisis for your own advantage, and let's just stop lying to ourselves about the current reality. And that's what it is. When you can't make a hard decision, you're lying to yourself because you don't want to deal with the emotional pain. And again, I've been there before. I've had conversations with girlfriends. They've had conversations with me. They always happen too late because I was in fear of that temporary pain of that situation, or the fear of the unknown. What was going to happen next? Was I going to get a job? I remember the butterflies in my stomach when I left my job in the city. I remember being super nervous 8 days before. I was at this company for 9 years. I remember I didn't want to say goodbye to everybody, but I did. And walking out of there being like, my heart was just up in my throat. But that gave birth to London Real, and which is the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. So making that hard decision was ultimately the key to my freedom. And again, these hard decisions and these hard times will all lead to a greater life and a greater understanding. So those are my thoughts on today. I bet you know exactly the decision I'm talking about. Don't you? You do. So if it's the right decision, meditate on it. If you're 70 or 80% sure, make it today, and you can thank me later. All right, that's it. Stay strong, stay safe. We got this. I'm doing 2 broadcasts today. I got Sadhguru in the morning. I got David Icke in the afternoon. It's going to be a game changer. I will see you there, going live all this week, all the time. You know what's up. Peace.